obviously, was she a worm? You cut her down the middle and she splits into two.
Hey, are we live yet, Brantley? I never know.
Yeah, I like starting it and not telling you all the people.
Well, that
are
would be
live.
fun. That would be fun.
Thanks everyone for joining us. This is the
Oh gosh, we are live!
show. We are live.
Excellent.
According to the
How's everybody doing today?
Well, pretty well. Hope everyone out there in the internets is also well, or are also well. Excuse me for my grammar. Johnny has brought her twin along today. That's why there's two of her.
Yeah, I had a lot more to say, so I can't say it on that.
Uncle
topic we were
Fuzzywig,
talking about.
oh, joined us as well. Oh, where did he go? No, he's gone too. Oh, he didn't want to be seen? Who's with us here today? Oh, we've got a full house. Zombie, Glenn, T. Guam, Murdoch 3. Yes, thank you all for joining us. I'm sure. Oh gosh, my mic's gonna die here in a minute. That's been a long day, but I'm sure Brantley has something very fun in store for us. Friday is usually a pinnacle show for us, pinnacle for the week at least, and or a relaxation for the week, one way or the other. It's putting into a nice relaxing weekend and a good way to close everything out.
Nope, nothing on tap.
Okay, well, I'm completely wrong about that. So Glenn and Zombie, and Filth, can you all take it away for us? Because we don't know what we're gonna do today. We'll leave it up to you. Yeah, we'll leave it up to you.
I just hear we have all them on the show. Hey, why are there so many of you people here? Hey, grab a beverage, guys, and let's do this thing.
Dang, email me.
Friday at 6 p.m. on Friday.
I really have to start keeping beer at the office.
Yeah, well, you used to.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to be able to.
That.
I'm not going to be able to talk, but I still will be able to hear. I'm going to put you guys on the mic here. So good luck.
Why can't you talk, Michael?
Because my mic is. I'm not going anywhere.
leaving?
My mic. Yeah, can you still hear me?
No.
My mic.
What?
Yes, you can.
Michael?
Yes.
Michael?
Hello.
Michael?
I'm here. I can hear I can see my green. I can see
Michael?
myself talking. I can
Michael?
see myself talking. I know
Are you
I'm
there?
okay.
Are you muted? Michael?
Hold on, maybe it's me.
Michael?
My thing in the ear.
I can see my green. Yeah.
It was funny. Yesterday I got him on that. He was talking to me and I just acted like he was muted, and he started all freaking out and started pushing buttons everywhere on his video. He's like, "What's going on? Why can't you hear me?" I was like, "I can hear you," and he's like, "Oh, what?"
I'm gonna try to get the speakers, but I won't have a mic to be able to talk to you guys once.
We don't want you echoing, so.
Well, no, I won't be able to speak, but at least I'll be able to hear what you're doing. I can't do anything with if this dies.
So I posted a link from.
What is he trying to do?
I don't know. I'm ready to right click.
I'm afraid if he's getting into position or whatever. I'm afraid.
Oh, it's just my mic's gonna die. I'm just trying to be able to continue to semi-participate in the show without a mic.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, shut up. I'm sorry. I'm logging into the IRC at this moment, and I'm going to paste a message. It is to an older blog post, but we were just talking about this moments ago. Moments ago. I'm going to paste it again. I gotta get on the. Oh, Thomas is here, and he just took off. I got to thank Charles Kent for being an awesome contributor. I blogged about it in obviously February of 2013, and I'm doing it again just because he's there. So thank you, Charles. He was an awesome contributor from Foolish IT from the beginning. He's purchased everything that we've ever sold, not just once. and he is just awesome. Thank you, Charles. Move on with the show, because we were just talking about that. So,
Um,
on a completely unrelated note,
I posted a link about the NPR's report about the hoverboards, the not actually hovering boards, the segways that are just for your feet with no handlebars, are on no-fly lists now, so you can't take those on planes because of their fire risk. Some guy was riding around on it, and the thing caught on fire while he was riding around on it. He had some pictures of it.
nice.
Yeah. So apparently those things are dangerous, and they are one of the things that like has been a trend. So, China has been like just busting them out with like thousands at a time. So their quality is questionable, to be sure.
Hey, before, because I know you got stuff, and at these shows, Brantley tends to go over stuff at the beginning. I want to cut to the point. Thomas made it in the chat. Hey, Thomas. I had a message from him earlier in Google Plus, and I wanted to answer a question for him while I didn't have to type it, and I was a little busy earlier. He may have to go to dinner real soon, so I wanted to get to that really quick. He had a question about the dCloud Lifetime. He's a dCloud Lifetime subscriber, which means he purchased the lifetime subscription for a one-time fee, and he's got it. And that came with, at the time that he purchased it, it was a big promo for all the D7 updates for life. And we didn't, when we went to, rewrote all the code to D7.2, we didn't do that. We did a new product. And at some point, what we decided was that it's just there's still too many people using D7, you know, so we want them using D7 too, because we want you using newer stuff and want you using better stuff, and we don't want to support a lot of the problems, especially that we're now seeing in the older D7, and as newer things, you know, come out and things don't work like they used to, and other things like that. In addition to that, we also have the D7 dCloud server, which serve two purposes. The D7 dCloud server was the original dCloud server for Foolish IT, so it did two things. It did D7 cloud configuration and definition storage, D7 definition and custom app config sharing, and it then later did dSupport Suite hosting for dSupport Suite customers. And that hosting, if you don't know, the dSupport Suite customers of ours who distribute the white label automated maintenance and virtual business card with a purpose app to their clients, either freely or via sale for various purposes. Those copies of dSupport Suite on those client computers will phone home to my server if it's hosted on the original dCloud server. So it's serving all of those purposes. D7 is getting phased out. We want to get everyone off of that still. But then that leaves the server for the dCloud, for the dSupport Suite self-hosting. And for that purpose, a long time ago, I did this migration guide on the website and this other stuff in case you wanted to put it on your own thing. So that's a possibility, and the whole point was just to kind of get everyone off of that server as we move away from those older technologies. dSupport Suite is about to get a major revamp, but still it requires your own server. The new revamp of dSupport Suite will require your own server. It won't work on the older dCloud either. So, I mean, that's why we're just trying to get everyone off of that thing. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying, and it would also be nice to even quit paying for that server eventually. You know, it's not a big deal, but it's kind of like an OCD thing. It's like there, but it's doing all this stuff that's just so old, and it doesn't really need to be doing a lot of it. You know, and we can get everybody on the newer, the faster, and the better stuff, kind of. Um, so Thomas says he has plenty of FTP servers, and he was just trying to figure out what we were doing to kind of figure out what he wanted to do. I would love you to migrate to your own FTP server, just to get the traffic off, especially if you have a lot of people on that server. But it's not a big deal because you paid for it, so it's yours. It's just what we're offering, I guess, and actually it just occurred to me the reason why you messaged me is messages are going out to certain dCloud lifetime subscribers and current dCloud subscribers who are still paying for dCloud currently every month or every year or every quarter, and using that with their D7 subscriptions. And so if you still had or fell into one of those categories, then you would have gotten that email. And that's mainly just about, you know, everything I just talked about, getting everyone off the dCloud server, moving them all to D7.2. What else was I going to say? I just saw he said yay about the DSS update.
Yeah.
That excites me too.
That's good.
And yes, yay about the DSS update. What I want to do with that, and when I say it's going to require your own server also, my plan is actually to do, you can do your own if you want, but my plan is also to provide an Amazon EC2 instance as an AMI image that you can, as a public AMI image or one that or a private one that I give you access to, and then you can copy that image and then use that for the new purpose. The reason for that is because it's going to have to be a Windows server. We're going to do some things that's going to require some server-side software that I'm going to have to code, and I only know Windows software, fortunately. So we're going to do some things like that, and there will be some server setup involved, and no one wants to go through that process. So I want to make that AMI image that people can just clone, you know, essentially to your Amazon account, and then just start it, and it's ready to roll. You plug in your credentials, you know. But that's what that's about. That's with the DSS update, and that's what we're thinking about anyway. It's going to do the crypto prevent integration, the crypto prevent, the DSS management console actually is going to be revamped to distribute DSS or crypto prevent, or and DSS will have crypto prevent with it as well. So it'll be like crypto prevent or crypto prevent and DSS. It'll sort of be like that, you know, and then you'll have the management, which can't wait to revamp that management interface.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad. It's just limited in what you can, how you can categorize, so it's difficult to work with, kind of. And I know, we're on it. Totally. Today I've been on the web updates, updating the website and updating things, various things, preparing for the update of, or the release of Kill 'Em All, the new Kill 'Em All v5 based on D7X tech, which is essentially D7X as I'm coding it. That's Kill 'Em All that I'm about to release this weekend. It's D7X as I'm coding it, but it's just that I've only implemented the interface and the functionality for Kill 'Em All. It's still D7X. It's coming up. It's being built. So that's coming out this weekend. Brantley, as long as Brantley didn't find anything. Did you find anything, Brantley?
Not right now, I don't think.
Because I haven't changed the build in like 2 or 3 days. It's pretty. I think in my usage, it's been pretty solid. Have you
The
played
last-
with it, Proctor? I didn't know. I didn't ask you to do that, but
The last thing
No, I
I
haven't.
found was those
I
two
will.
things were switched up.
oh, the other things. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I fixed that days ago. I thought I gave that back to you.
I'll test it again though.
Let me just. I'll double check my thing in the folder, but yeah, that was the only other thing. It was that, and there was an install issue I mentioned, and or you had mentioned, with not downloading a required dependency automatically. The CodeJock DLL, I think, to start up the interface. And the reason why I didn't give you the CodeJock DLL in the download package is in portable usage, not necessarily, it's not a big deal. You can have it with the package and it'd be portable. It's just remote deployment. I was planning on packaging this for like a remote deployment, not necessarily as kill 'em all as it is right now, but just in the future as so that's part of that. As far as the way it's going to go out right now, even the portable version, it will include the required libraries. So even though it doesn't download that automatically 100%, it's going to be included with the zip file, so it's not a big issue. Other than that, there was nothing. Couldn't find anything. I've been messing with it off and on all day too, as I've been doing the web work. And working a little web content for instruction manual and such. Trying to release things with instruction manuals these days.
Ron, is the latest build in dev testing kill 'em all zip?
I don't think so. Let me double check. I was about to double check that here. I just lost the internet for a second, but no, I just put that dErase in there for you. I forgot
Yeah,
about
I got that.
Let me check yesterday.
Thomas asked about you mentioned the Amazon server, and he's moved away from them to just regular VPS servers or VPSs. How much server config will be involved?
I don't honestly know because I don't know how far it's going to go. I know that I'm
pretty sure that if you're running your own VPS, that you'll be fine.
Oh
it up.
well,
It won't
yeah,
be,
you'll figure it out.
Crazy setup.
Yeah. No, I mean, I may do like there'll be like install and config kind of stuff, but I mean, really, the point of doing the AMI was just so that people didn't have to do that part of it. It's not that much of a config for the software side of it. My software side of it may just be if you've got like a Windows server, sitting in the cloud or in your office or wherever, you just run my installer on it and punch in your config. That might be the extent of it, but I wanted to have like the whole thing set up for people. So if you just had an Amazon account, even for Prime or whatever, I mean, you got an AWS account automatically. So just you log in and roll that thing out, and you just click a couple buttons and you're up. So that was the whole point of that. It shouldn't be a difficult process if you want to do it on your own stuff. No. Definitely not.
Do.
I'm trying to figure out what my latest build is. Let me see. I'll just compile a new one. How about that?
Okay.
Why not? Not that it should matter, but I've commented out some code since then that was unused. Might save a few bytes on the...
Well, while you do that, I'll continue my link discussion.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. That was a while back. I interrupted for the Thomas thing. I'm sorry. My bad.
It's alright,
But
Glenn.
have a
You'll
good
be on the
dinner.
show again.
If you're, oh.
Thomas wants to know what becomes the added benefits of having dCloud, and I think there's going to be other things there, like with D7X. I know we haven't asked or discussed it. Are we going to bring back the sharing apps and sharing scripts through dCloud stuff?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And having
That's
a second...
actually a.
Oh, go ahead.
Actually, I'm not even going to discuss why that's not working at D7.2. But yes, we'll bring that back. And having a second what?
Second backup server. That's what I use it for.
Sure.
So I can have my configs that are known good saved in a separate location. Easily.
If you'll remember my doctor's appointment yesterday. Can't put these things off now.
Why is that battery not working? There'll still be some interesting things for dCloud, I'm sure. There we go. Zombie worm yelled out donut.
Spoon.
No, I don't think we're gonna have that discussion again.
No, we're not.
He's just saying
Glenn
if
said,
you remember
oh, no,
it.
not that discussion again. So, moving on.
Oh, you don't want to talk about my issues? My massage yesterday?
No.
If that's what you want to call it.
Tank, you'd be interested in that link that I just posted since you had just learned about using pants to make a book bag. They have another one how you can fold your hoodie into a pillow or a laptop bag.
Did you say using pants to make a book bag? And I'm sorry if that was you, Thomas, or whoever missed the show yesterday. You're gonna have to watch the show yesterday. It's my health problems. But the pants thing. Pants. You're talking about pants to make a.
Yeah, you can use pants and make a book bag.
Wow,
Legs
it's
become the straps,
amazing.
and
That's amazing.
you can put stuff in the seat part, and then use a belt
That's amazing.
to tie it up.
I should pass that along. I should pass that along to my friends. No, you know, my former position before everything took off here was after being a repair tech for a dozen years was the hotline gig, so I could get back here to move to a new area. And the hotline gig was I went to work for a domestic violence and sexual assault nonprofit. I didn't actually just do their IT work. I did like advocate work. I did all that junk. But what it was, they have a store called Endless Possibilities. It's like ragweavers.com, by the way. It's Endless Possibilities, and the victims, they do weaving there. It's therapeutic. And other volunteers weave and things like that, and they take recycled goods that are donated to the thrift stores, which support the organization that they can't sell, and they take all of these rags and they make things out of them. And one of the things that they make, I guess getting back to the point, is they make pocketbooks and stuff like that out of jeans and shorts and things like this. Exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you could actually make it into like a really nice one, I guess. Like the ones I was talking about are just like quick emergency setups. So
yeah.
like you don't ruin the pants from it. You still have a good pair of pants out of it.
Yeah. In fact, they make Endless Possibilities makes my tie rug. That's my tie rug. On the obviously on the floor there. That's it's made out of neckties. Just all neckties from donations and things like that they do. They collect. Cool stuff.
So something else interesting I ran across is a company called Gigster is setting up an Uber-like for developers, freelance developers. So you can basically get gigs, like they deploy cars in Uber. So if you're a software developer or freelancing, you can get jobs from there. And
Michael just posted in the chat, such interesting conversation. I wish I had a mic, it was charged right now or something. And then he wrote, actually, it's almost halfway charged.
yeah,
Then why don't you get back on the,
he could
get on
be-
the air?
he could be in
If
the
it's
hangout.
halfway charged,
Are you-
Like, it's
Okay.
more charged than mine is.
Right,
Thank you.
All
Michael,
right.
you could be talking in the IRC chat.
Oh,
Well,
well, I mean I didn't think that rambling was really relevant to the whole world, but all right. I mean, okay, sure. Let's see. Now I got to get you back off.
Speaking of
speaker.
Uber, Brantley, Austin, Texas is considering legislation that could prevent Uber from operating. It could that would result in Austin being the only U.S. city without ride sharing.
Oh,
Wow,
man.
and considering how it is right now.
I'm gonna post a link about that.
Well, listen
That's
about
crazy,
Wait, but Uber, they have
That's
to.
the only place
Not
I've
just
ever used Uber.
Yeah,
I
I
me
mean, it's
too.
I was about
Austin.
to say.
Hello. It's the only place. It literally is the only
But
place
is it
I've ever
just
used Uber. Thank
Uber,
you.
or is
Nice
it
work.
is it just Uber, or is it all those ride sharing places?
I
'Cause
never
It's-
heard of it
It would be.
until
It's all ride sharing, but I mean, I guess it's more directed towards.
And you know what I thought while I was in Austin?
Because remember that
I thought,
alternative one that
what
we
a modern city with
Yeah,
all
I
this
know, yeah.
stuff, and everyone's so friendly and
I know, I
everything's
loved
so
Austin. I really did.
convenient.
I enjoyed it so much.
What a
and
nice city.
now they're gonna ruin it.
And now they're going to say, "Oh, our city sucks. You can't have that here." Is that what they're going to do?
Am I right? The convenience
Yeah,
of
well,
Uber and Austin, where we were for that conference and everything else, was a
That was
impactful moment for us. Yeah.
good. In fact, if they don't have Uber next year, I'm going to arrive on the airplane with picket signs.
Yeah, right. I mean,
we
honestly,
rode in cabs while we were there, and we did Uber, and the Uber was a whole lot better than using taxis.
Much better.
Oh gosh, yes,
and I mean,
and it was
faster.
better than walking too.
more
By the way,
convenient,
guys.
more everything.
Better than walking, yeah.
Because I was riding in the cab in the Uber. I'm sorry,
Stop, but you were like,
in the
I gotta
Uber
walk
shuttle.
5 feet.
I was
Wait,
riding in an
Uber.
Uber shuttle at one place because we went Uber somewhere, and I was like, man, that thing is great. So I was like, Proctor, I ain't walking there because we're
It's
gonna
a
walk
1
somewhere.
mile.
I
It
was
was
like,
like
man, you got that
1.5
Uber thing. Get that
mile.
Uber
It was
thing.
1.5 miles. I mean,
It
come
would-
on.
You got
No,
Uber,
it
you
wasn't
got
even a
Uber up,
mile.
and
It
me
was
and
like
Jade
5
rode in the cab.
blocks.
And we were like laughing at them and stuff as we rode by, and then like
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
get stuck in traffic, and then they would be walking by us.
And then we
then
laughed
they'd be
at him
laughing
as
at-
he was having a heart attack sitting in the cab.
But
instead of
then
walking.
we'd be driving by y'all again, and we still.
And
ended up at the
actually,
restaurant,
that's
like,
why you have that
15
problem, is
minutes
because you don't
before
do
y'all.
any walking.
Don't talk about my sphincter like that.
Wow.
You're gonna have to watch yesterday's episode, Thomas. You're gonna have to get into the show.
But I had already signed a petition that I'd received like a
Okay.
month or two ago regarding Uber in Austin.
Really?
But today I got an email, asking for people to email the city council or whatever. So I did that, and I actually got a reply back that they'd, consider what I had said. But I talked about our trip to Austin and
Send me
how much
me
easier
a
it was
no,
to use
no.
Uber than it was to use taxi services.
Quite seriously, send me the link to that. I will take 5 minutes out of that to copy what you wrote and send it to the same email address with some slight modifications. We had the same story. We took the same trip. It's okay.
Okay. Well, I just posted a link in the chat. Where you can email the city council.
Okay. Except I took it that one other time that you didn't. Or did you ride with us? Or no, you didn't ride with us. You just got us.
Sure. I used Uber a lot while we were there.
Yeah, we did.
We all did. It was good.
That was freaking helpful, and it's the first place I ever heard of it, which is crazy that it just actually is blowing my mind that it's you're telling me that's where they're first place they're talking about getting rid of it.
I know, it's very ironic and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
You
So
too, Thomas. He's off to dinner.
The taxi cabs
Enjoy the
definitely
Maker's
don't like
Mark.
it.
Yeah, I'm sure the taxi drivers don't like it, and that's what I said in my email.
But listen, we saw that guy, and he would have. This would have been the guy that Brantley. Remember the one that took us to the Walmart or whatever we went to. At any rate, the guy had was a high-end Uber organization, and he would have done the same thing if Uber wasn't around. He would have came here and he would have started a taxi company. He would have came to this country and he would have started a taxi company.
Well, yeah,
didn't
Uber reinvent the taxi cab? I mean, isn't Uber exactly the same thing as a taxi company?
It is.
Except
easier.
for the fact that it uses a different communications system.
Effectively, yes.
Which,
in my opinion,
works better for everyone.
Yeah,
Because
it
it's
does.
based off
It's
of technology
better
from
working
this
for
century
everyone.
instead of last century.
See, the taxis just need to get up to date.
Get Uber.
If
They need to get on Uber.
That's why they don't like it. Is because they have to
why
change their
don't they get
entire-
off their taxis and get on
Well,
Uber?
they don't because it's a change. Because the technology has advanced to a point where it has replaced yet another need, and that need is the middleman, the man who
the tax company.
taxis that color, that
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So
they're just, this is yet again another situation. It's the same story as when, and did I guys show you this? There was a published article about, this was when the light bulbs were coming out, how we should force, no, it wasn't when the light bulbs were coming out, but it was for candle makers. Candle makers were going out of business for some reason, or weren't doing well for some reason, and they were saying that we're going to pass a law to make it so that you can't have windows in your home. I'm serious, swear to God. They were going to pass a law that you couldn't build structures with windows so that you'd have to have more candles to keep candle makers in business.
that's weird, but there is a law right now that you can't have windows that are so low to the base of the floor. I haven't figured that one out yet.
But I mean, it's not. I mean, this was, obviously this is going back to the day, but it doesn't exist right now. But the point is that all these things that have, the point is, your business and your structure could stop tomorrow. I mean, things could change. The world changes. That's what it does all the time. You just have to adapt. And instead of sitting there and bemoaning the Uber situation, I want to be like, well, they've shown us a lot of opportunities to improve our business and make it more efficient and all these other things. Maybe we should just adopt all of them so we can compete on the equal ground and equal footing as them. And hopefully the clientele that we've built up already will appreciate that, and continue with us as a result of our adaptation to their needs and their desires and uses, dealing with the customer and what they want to do. Why have we gone beyond this in our world today?
I mean, the purpose of competition is to,
competition is good. Yes, is good. Is good for everyone. And every time we do this and stifle competition, it's a problem.
Because when you crash them.
Do we have candles in our house today? Do we have windows in our house today? No and yes. I mean, pretty much. I mean, there might be some candle usage out there or whatever, and I'm not saying to do away with candles or stop the art of making them or not know how to make them, but frick.
I have a couple of candles for emergency.
Yeah. I'm not talking about extremes, but what I'm saying is you just got to adapt and move on. And the longer they sit there and complain and whine about it, the longer and harder it will be for them to actually take advantage of making more money and doing what they
people
were.
that make candles should go after flashlight people.
They should crush
Actually,
them.
maybe that
Crush the flashlights.
maybe it was flashlights. I don't know what was it with the, but you gotta adapt. You know, you gotta. People who made those Nickelodeons, you know what an actual Nickelodeon is? You put a nickel in the Nickelodeon and you watch a movie, you spun it and watched a movie. Anyway, the point is that those people went on to, they don't make Nickelodeons anymore. Okay, that just doesn't exist anymore. They might make movies, I don't know what the hell they do, but they do something else is the point.
Like the TV channel?
Yeah, TVs
They don't
or
make
maybe they're
Nickelodeons
doing
anymore? How does that
Amazon
work?
Prime or Netflix or something. I don't know, but those people are doing those things and evolved with the times. Don't be that last person to get off of. Don't be that last candle maker worrying about.
Well,
Windows.
the thing is that they can be that way, and they can succeed that way for a time, but it will collapse. It will.
Yeah, it'll eventually.
But they do have to do
to
everything in their
embrace it.
power right now to sustain their business model until they can adapt.
Yeah.
But
but they are the they.
But they
are
need
the
to try to
entrenched
adapt.
one.
They can't
Why
just go,
didn't
"Oh,
they
I can't do
innovate
this."
previously? Why did it take how many God knows decades to decide to sit down and start innovating again? In other words, why do people think they can rest on their laurels and always continue to everything to be the same? The world changes. It does. You have to adapt to it. Otherwise, D7 would still be at version 1 and everybody would still be buying our product. Right? I mean,
Everybody still is buying our product.
well, no. But I mean, they'd still be buying D7
People would
version
still be
1.
buying D7.
Yeah, we'd still be on. You know.
Well, if D7.2 weren't available, yeah, I'd still be using D7.
Yeah.
But-
Actually, I think you were still using D7 at the beginning of the year, weren't you?
No.
Or was it last?
Not this year. Last year, maybe.
Well, you were a late adopter, actually.
I was a little late,
He was
yeah.
a late. He was a little bit late. He was a late adopter, and he's my oldest friend in the world, and he's a late adopter. My oldest friend in the world, and a computer repair technician and business store owner, and he's a late adopter of my latest technology.
Hey.
We were out of communication for a while,
Yeah, it happens.
unfortunately.
You still could have kept up with the software updates.
He was too busy making babies.
Oh, God.
You have to get.
Apparently it still is.
Stop the broadcast!
Okay. Let's get back to our Uber discussion.
Yes, let's do that.
I think it was that bad, but okay.
Well, it's not that bad, but gosh, you just start poking people, you never know where it's gonna go.
That's right.
That's never mind.
Okay, are we keeping up with everybody in the?
Are
Oh
you?
no, that's you Proctor. That's just you Proctor.
Yeah, that's just me.
No, they're not talking because we're damn interesting right now. That's this is. Oh Lord, this is bad. Okay. Happy Friday.
Yeah, so pretty
Happy
good.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
Good week. It's been a good week, relatively.
It's been a quick week.
Got a lot done.
It has.
So good.
It has. I just saw that bit cranial for a Friday show from Glenn earlier. Cranial, really? What were we talking about then? Oh, potty mouth for. Oh, he must have been. Oh, when we were talking about the D7 stuff. Rainy Saturday. You actually have a nice day here too. How y'all doing with the days? Weather wise,
Oh,
it's
pretty good.
nice out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now it's like I can go out and chill. I got the door open. And nice.
I don't know, I didn't go outside at all today.
What a way to kill a topic. What are we?
My master won't untie me from the chair. I'm just kidding. Yes.
Keep this episode, Brantley. It's going to go in the next promo. We're going to have clips from this because what she just said was equivalent to what she said in the January promo of the What Would Foolish Do?
Yeah.
Oh no.
About the, I don't remember, hot dog or whatever.
No, it was a stick of butter.
Stick of butter, yeah. Oh, what you just said was about the same.
Who's
I like
tied
that.
to the chair?
Yeah.
Hey, Brantley,
Mhm.
remember that screen update issue I was talking to you about? Did you do anything to fix that?
No.
It's only an issue with XP then. I can't really see the same problem as, at least not nearly as bad as it was in XP.
Might I ask?
Hmm?
Screen, what issue?
The tabs and moving tabs so that they update.
Oh, the tabs. Are you having the problem I had with the older D7 and stuff?
Don't think so.
With the tabs not up? Oh, you're
No,
oh,
there's no
that's
there's no
different.
problem. It was
Never
just
mind,
a
never
slight
mind.
delay in updating and refreshing the window. But I wanted to just mention to him that that should probably, that case is going to be minor. I think it's I mean, it's not probably as good as the what we were talking about, but it's not an issue with Windows 7 and 8 and 10. So not in that same sense. At
I like
least.
how
So.
you said that like you actually.
Dropped out there for Brent Brown.
Yeah. What were you saying?
I like how he said that like he actually tested it on Windows 8 or 10.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I did run it that once on my box before I remote debugged it.
But you didn't actually test it there.
No. But the thing is, I believe I believe the problem is a result of GDI Plus, and that makes sense. So GDI Plus effectively resolves most of that issue. But GDI Plus wasn't available, I believe, in XP.
We'll see about that. Or maybe it's just your computer's so slow by the time it catches up that it actually did it.
Well, there is
Didn't
that too.
notice.
Yes, I guess I should test under my new system when I get it because of all the.
Check that shirt out. They have some other pretty crazy shirts too. I like the I'm a Ninja one. Those look funny.
So, ask me about right. You have somebody walks up and says, "Hey, what about your T-Rex?" You flip up the shirt over your head, and
Yeah.
that's it.
And you probably go
In
roar.
the same way with the Ninja, you ask me about my Ninja, and you just flip it up, and then you go roar. Okay, all right.
But you
well,
probably
that's
don't go
not
roar
easy.
with the Ninja. You probably go.
Or you
Like,
go
yeah.
roar, yeah. So
Or
hard.
the Bruce Lee. Whoa.
Cool. I think I might get my son one of the Ninja ones.
Yeah, but you realize though this is just printing on the other side of the shirt that's normally not shown, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Way to kill everything.
Yeah.
not exactly a miracle.
And why is that?
Okay.
How many other shirts have you done or seen like that, Michael?
No, but now that I'm aware how easy it is, I
You're
can
gonna start
printing
printing
them.
it on your shirts that you do on your own because you
Yeah,
print
my own
your own
tie-dyeing
shirts
and
so
all
many times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you
You
sell
know,
them in
the-
your hometown
You-
of where?
You did. My hometown of Louisville, Kentucky.
Brownlee?
They have a X-Men Apocalypse trailer out, and I have to say I'm excited about that because
Way
X-Men
to
is.
just skip over Nick's topic.
What was
Yeah.
next topic? Oh,
The
giant
thing you
big-
skipped over?
The ohms, the sub-ohm tank. It looks pretty cool.
What, that's
Sub-ohm
not
tank. What the fuck
a
are you
sub-
talking about?
Michael didn't even look at it.
I sub-ohm 24 milligrams.
Well,
That's
you
pretty
didn't either.
T-shirt.
You didn't
I've-
either. You skipped over. You started talking about something else. And
I've
you know
seen
what's
it.
so funny? You know what's so funny? You know why I posted that link? Is because I actually went to that I went to purchase that for you yesterday for Christmas because I was thinking about you.
Aw.
And
Do you sub them 24 milligrams? No, you don't. Do you?
I have some 24 milligrams. So I can
Oh
sub
my
them.
God!
Yeah,
but you
you
sub 'em.
got it. You don't
I
do
can't
it,
even
but
sub them
you got
12.
it.
I can't even sub them 12 anymore.
But it's just the funniest part. He's the Darth Vader with the and it's just so loud. It's just Darth Vader. It's
They,
but it's bad.
They didn't have
But
any
yeah,
in my
I wanted to
size.
get you that for Christmas. That was the point. And I wanted, by the way, I wanted to get you that for Christmas. But they're out of stock in everything but small.
Yeah, I tried to order one
Babies.
previously.
And
they were out of stock of them.
Did you really? That's awesome. Well, no, because I saw it and I was like, this is perfect. And I was just thinking like, what can I get? And this is perfect. And I looked at it and then I was like, oh, they're out of stock and everything. Oh, he'll like larger. He'll take 3, 4X, don't matter. And then I was like, well, they're out of stock of everything but small. And then I realized, oh, they're on sale for $4.99. Holy shit, that's why.
Well, apparently, just get Michael a copy of the image, and he'll print up shirts for everybody.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
absolutely.
if anybody in the audience wears a small, it's $4.99 right now, and it's a nice gift. So. I'm sorry. Go ahead with your skip over topic, Brantley.
Yeah, we're at that point.
Because
now.
obviously,
No, actually, I'm
So he showed
excited.
the X-Men
I'm
movie,
actually
so-
excited about your skip over topic.
I am
Well,
too.
it did look. I watched part of it just a minute ago. and I
wait,
couldn't really
Glenn
hear
has a serious question.
it. Glenn, we're waiting. All ears, boy.
Bated breath.
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so workshop safety. How do you protect your equipment? Had a PS2 blow yesterday. Well,
What do you
we
mean
all
by
A
PSU.
PSU.
a PSU,
by
a
blow?
PSU.
Power supply unit.
Yeah, power supply. So I recommend,
I mean, did it just like,
I mean, if something blows up, that's I mean, there's.
I mean, did it just like make a noise and or smell, and then stop working, or did it catch fire? I mean,
And was this a result of a surge in a non-protected surge
We
environment?
had one or two
was-
catch fire in
blew your switch and router.
the old shop.
Jeez.
Wow, blew your switch and router?
That's weird.
Okay, well,
Hmm.
the PSU in your computer caused those, the switch and router to fail? How?
Yeah, because if it surged,
Not bad.
surges could go through the network cable.
I've had that happen before.
I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't rarely.
I've had it happen before. It's just so unbelievably
Yeah.
rare. I wouldn't worry about protecting that actually, Glenn, because yes, I've had it happen before, but it's so unbelievably rare.
Well,
wow.
okay, there are surge. Okay, look, there are there are surge.
Actually, maybe it's
for
not
Cat
so
5 surge
unbelievably rare.
protectors.
Because
There
I'm
Cat
sorry, it
5
happened to
surge
me
protectors.
once, but
So Glenn,
there are.
you
I
can get
use- I
UPSs that
actually-
have those attachments.
I actually have my my desktop plugged in through to or is it plugged in the router through the, well, either way I'm using the UPS for my computer has the network pass through, and I'm actually using that.
Yeah.
These
It's a good idea because
But-
Brantley's right about that it can go over there. But listen,
So for that, you could have the switch before that surge protector, and then have the surge protector plugging into your router, so you'd at least save one device. Switches
Yeah,
are like
yeah,
$10,
yeah,
so
absolutely,
that
and
would
yeah,
be
it's
the route to
relatively
go.
cheap. But
That's a good point.
doesn't
Good
mitigate your needs. Doesn't mitigate the need to not have a cheap power supply. though.
Actually,
In fact,
Brantley, you can get.
it-
Actually,
it's for
Brantley's got a
business.
point. You can get a switch. You
Oh,
can, you
there
can get
are-
a switch. I mean, like he's got a point. You can get a $10 switch. Don't even need an external power supply. I don't even think anymore. I'm not sure. Or something, maybe USB. Who knows? But you can get an external switch and probably plug one in for every computer on the bench. If you
Yeah, but
had
no,
to.
he said it went through his switch and router. I'm assuming that
yeah,
was two
so
separate devices.
yeah.
It
Because
would
Oh.
still
it's
have to. It
separately,
would still have to
so.
go through the surge protector. But why would you want to have 18 surge protectors for your 18 spots? So if you had less surge protectors than you had spots, you'd want to have a switch going into those and have your
Yeah.
systems switched into.
Ah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
wow. Wow. Yeah.
I mean, you're
Proctor.
taking reasonable protections. I think this was just a really bad luck scenario for you, but I would invest in protection for your network, Glenn. There.
Yeah, I got nothing because I've done really no research into that, but I will say this: power protection. And I take what you're saying actually kind of seriously, because power protection is the one and only thing. I worked at Gateway for a while. Gateway in Hampton, Virginia, for about a year, was the call center for when they were Dell's main competitor back in the day, and they oh shit, what's the name? Oh, the power splice. I would only sell. Everyone was pushed in the call centers to make upsells. Everything had to be an upsell. Every time someone called in for they didn't know where the start menu was, you had to sell them some fucking RAM to fix the problem.
Yeah.
You know, and if they called in with bad sectors on their hard drive, some RAM would fix that. And that's a problem we have with a lot of outsourcers. Not always the people that work for Gateway, but the outsourcers. They sell them RAM for any problem, any little thing. But the only thing I have what's called integrity, and the only thing I would sell people, I would sell people was UPS systems. That's all I would upsell people. I would occasionally do RAM if I needed to, but I would pretty much only upsell UPS systems.
Well, actually, for that point in time, that's probably one of the best things you could have done. I think that's a very noble thing, in fact. Short of doing what Kent did, or fighting in wars for us. That's
well. I had also seen a number of issues from working in a smaller shop before that. I saw this one particular issue where a customer had a problem with blue screens, and it was a problem that only occurred at a certain time when a refrigerator or a freezer or something like that would kick on in their house, and it was a bitch to pinpoint, but it was a power issue. And it's so whenever the circuit would basically get a temporary overload from something new switching on, the system would blue screen, and you couldn't produce it in the shop. It wouldn't happen.
Glenn, yes, by the way, that device looks very good, and it's APC, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, APCs is what I always do. But that was the point. But that was the whole point. So ever since then, I take power very serious. I'm like, oh, do you have a really strange issue? How's the wiring in your house? How old is it, by the way? If you can't reproduce it at the shop, and the customer can't reproduce it at the shop, but you can see it at their house, there's a problem. So.
Yeah. Note the necessity of the ground, though. If you don't connect that ground, you want to connect that ground.
What are you talking about?
In that thing that he sent us, Glenn, brother.
Oh, the APC.
Yeah, don't skimp on that part. That was what I was getting. But that seems like a reasonable.
The LAN search, yeah.
That's what we were talking about effectively. But these are oftentimes also built into UPSs and other types of surge protectors.
That thing's 26
that's
pounds
pretty much
per
what
one.
Work around.
Oh well, 20. That's a little expensive, actually.
Yeah, that's super expensive for something like that. You can.
Well, that's
let's try Newegg or something.
You can probably find some a bit cheaper for the same model in a lot of places, but also remember that's APC. You're paying a little bit for the name there, and I don't know of an alternative that's equivalent. So I just buy APC, but I know I'm paying for some names. So
for $50, you can get one of the 6-port cheap battery backup ones, like the small ones that don't provide you a lot of time, but still they regulate power, and they come with the connections for LAN ports. So for another $10, you add a switch to that. You have power regulation and.
Oh, and speaking of, you said the magic word, the regulation, Brantley. I only ever recommend a UPS with at least automatic voltage regulation. AVR. I think it's what APC calls it, and they're the big dog, so I'll just call it that. But you want to get some sort of voltage regulation with your battery backup, if you didn't know that, by the way. And that's one of the things I promoted while at Gateway. You don't want to get the cheap crap, because the cheap crap, you can't get anything under 100, 130 bucks or so without that. I mean, with that, because it's otherwise it's a glorified surge protector with a battery in it. There's a difference. The voltage regulation actually protects against brownouts, things like that, where there's under voltage situations. That's what you really want to protect against, because that's what causes a lot of minute long-term damage. I feel like it just builds up, maybe.
And those brownouts are probably what you're going to experience a lot more than true power failures.
Yeah, they happen all the time. It's actually amazing once you get when you get a battery backup that has that technology, and it can detect the brownouts and stuff, and you get like data on that. It's amazing what you see actually. So. Just pointing that out. Always good to know. Anything else? Let's see.
I'm looking
we
at.
can finish our talk about X-Men Apocalypse. X-Men movies have been by far my favorite comic book movies. Like those have been the only ones I've really been interested in and looking for more.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's another one on building a high-end gaming table for about $100. And it's for tabletop games, not for like emulator games.
Holy crap! That's a 4,000 Eaton UPS that Glenn just pointed out. It's like $4,300. Thank you. I'll take one. Okay. For my house.
For my last the last network administrator job I had, we had one about in that range. It was 2 different batteries. Like one of those is actually just all battery, and then the other one, like you hook that battery up to get 3 times the run time off of it. Those things are cool.
There's one type of thing that's but that's $19. And that's not exactly.
I have what's called integrity.
Oh, I like that.
I was just thinking about Tom. I'm trying to remember the Gateway guy's name. It was Tom. Was it Tom somebody? Tom W. Tom White or something. The Gateway CEO. Yeah. Well, that was my only exposure ever to corporate culture. Really. Like massive corporate culture. There's 700 people that worked in my building.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Proctor, you were talking about the parental control. Here's a device for that called Circle.
What? I'll talk about that too.
$99 3-inch white cube that connects to Wi-Fi. Add time restrictions, filter content, and see activity reports.
It's only $100.
Yeah.
Yes, Zombie Worm, that's what he's saying. It took out his Ethernet. I mean, it took out his equipment via the Ethernet, yes.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that, I believe it.
So the power supply in the computer failed and surged through the Ethernet port?
Yep.
Ouch.
Very much so. I guess the downside of that switch stuff, though, would be that any computers you had hooked up to it are also at risk.
Well, you know, weird that it actually went through the PCI bus to get to the network card. That's what's weird. But what's not weird is that a surge through the network card actually fried stuff on the other end. Because I mean, think about modems back in the day, at least, and RJ12s that plugged into those and those cables. Bit like my coding. No, think about like modems back in the day, and just like, you know, like you get like a surge through the phone line would fry the modem, maybe fry a component in the computer, or vice versa. But yeah, I can see that totally. But actually, the power supply, I don't know. I guess it was the motherboard. I guess the motherboard has to have like a lot of balls to get the power through the. I don't know what to say.
It's got a lot of balls.
It's got a lot of balls for that.
Talking about? What are we even talking about anymore?
It's Friday. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, okay. Surge protection. I got it.
Normally, look, here's the thing. I've been working 80, 90-hour weeks for the last month. At a minimum, but and not much below that for months before that. It is ridiculous. I am done. I'm stressed. This is the first time I'm just chilling. I am chilling. Normally you see me, I'm like, what?
You're usually tired of going to sleep.
Yeah. And now I'm just chilling. So
yeah,
okay. Because the product's coming out finally.
Yay.
I'm just doing the little last touches and stuff. So yeah, I'm silly. Thank you. I do deserve a beer. I deserve all 4 or 5 of them I've already had today.
Okie dokie. Well, awesome.
Within the last hour.
Hey, listen, Glenn. If you
whatever I've had.
If you decide to upgrade your protection and come up with something nifty, please let us know. Come back and share it with us next time. I'm interested in that now. You kind of scared me, and my UPS is getting old here, and I am getting a new computer here shortly, so I want to make sure I don't have any problems in my wiring in my house. At least parts of it.
I would have to laugh at that.
At 110 years old, so.
Yeah, you better get an ups, man.
I mean, I got one, but it's old. I think I need to get another one.
You better get a new one. No, I had an APC, and I loved them for years because the APC, they recommend that you replace them after 3 years, or at least the battery.
Yeah.
And I probably ran this one. It was like a big tower unit, and it was way overpowered for what I used it for. Just one computer, most of the time, most of its lifetime. But you know, it's $130 Sam's Club APC, and I got like 8 years out of that sucker, man. But when it started going, big problems, and I just imagine how like it hadn't been working and protecting for so long before I started having the problems that made me realize I had to replace it. So yeah, you should probably check and test and do the things that your battery recommends that you do every once in a while, because you can have some issues after a bit.
Do you recommend anything that's economical? Because remember, I've extremely exploded my budgets.
I only know APC. I only know APC. No, actually, no, that's not true.
I have a CyberPower.
I was going to say
CyberPowers are pretty good.
Are they?
And they're usually
cheaper than APC typically?
They're about $10 to $20 cheaper than APC.
You're gonna laugh. I'm running a CyberPower right now.
So am I.
And I did.
Been talking about Schneider Electric and promoting their stock exchange the whole episode, and I've got CyberPower right here. It's a 1500 PFC LCD. It's got USB ports on the front. I don't know. I never used them.
Yeah, that's the one I have actually.
Display, alarm control. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, pretty cool. Well, you know what? Actually, I got it because I remember now. It was the first one I bought that wasn't an APC, and I remember. Well, no, the second one I bought. I got an Energizer brand one time. It was just a battery backup. It was an Energizer brand. Actually lasted a while too. But it was the first one I tried, really, the actual battery backup that wasn't APC, and I forgot, but I'm impressed because I forgot.
Michael, that's the one
That's a good thing.
that we have.
That's a good thing.
Oh, is
sure.
it? Is it? Nice. Let me check it.
You're not supposed to have to think about a battery backup, so.
Oh, that's considerably more substantial than mine. Not a bad price.
When I hooked it up without anything connected to it, it had 60 minutes of battery backup time.
Mm-hmm.
I did the lazy route and just hooked up everything to it, and now it has 7 minutes of battery backup time.
Okay, so that's the highest one they make in that. Do they make anything? We're gonna get to out of the price range.
Hey, Zombie Worm and Glenn, Zombie Worm, you cannot be on 56K. It's so funny, but I know the old copper, I know that's still out there, but just to let you guys know, my mom in the center of the state, it's so funny how backwards I am out here. But in the center of the state and the whatever, we have all these regulation things and like all these monopolies of local utilities. So the local utility company out there, as Proctor will know, North State, they had I think up until like a year or so ago, her quote unquote broadband was either 128 or 256K.
Yeah, 256. I think.
256. That was her quote unquote broadband. Yeah, when I had to remote into her system for some work, yeah, 2 mega. Yeah, okay, there you go. No, 256K. It was only like what, a year or so ago, not even, that she got upgraded to whatever their lowest tier is now. I think. And actually, I think I had to cancel it because I pay for that. I think I had to cancel it and then buy the newer plan or something. But ridiculous. You want to talk about slow internet?
Their internet's pretty good now. I mean, I've got gigabit fiber from North State at home.
Gigabit, really?
Yeah,
From North State?
Premises. Yeah.
From North State?
Yeah.
How much you pay for that?
It's bundled with the TV. I think if you get it by itself, it's $70 a month.
You're shitting
Bundled
me.
with the TV, it's like $50.
It's crazy different.
A year ago,
It's
it was
up
25.
2 gigabit. It's not guaranteed gigabit.
Proctor, you understand? A year ago, I was paying $25 or $30 a month for my mom's 256K internet access, and I don't know what they've bumped it up to now, but I'm still paying that, I'm sure. And you're telling me gigabit is $70 a month from the same people?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay, here we go. I don't know how,
They're not very good about bumping people up to
so-
better products when they come out,
The
Yeah,
world
obviously,
They
average,
probably had cheaper products that were faster.
check it.
They just didn't make her aware of it.
Check it, guys.
No doubt.
World average connection speed is 3.9 megabits per second. South Korea is number one with 25.3, followed by Hong Kong, Japan, Switzerland. Let's say where US is. US is number 12 with 11.5. But beating them is Finland, Singapore, the Czech Republic, Latvia, Ireland, Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, Japan, Hong Kong, and South Korea. Well, that's why I was saying Europe, because there's some European countries in there. But interestingly enough, yeah, the South Korea and Hong Kong and Japan are the top three. The top three. So that's absolutely right. UK ranks 18. And, geez, let's go down to Australia. Australia is unfortunately 30 with an average of 6.9 megabits. So anybody down there in
Did you
Australia?
say South Korea was?
Yeah, South Korea is
the
number
number one internet
one.
provider speed in the world.
I knew they were up there. That's actually amazing considering North Korea is like the number one restricted internet.
And that's the 2014 ratings, by the way, guys. That's for 2014, just to put in reference.
That is so weird and crazy.
And it's more than twice as fast as the U.S.'s average. That means the poorest person with internet in South Korea is probably better off than us.
Google can't
And
roll
the
out
richest
fast enough.
person, and the richest person in North Korea has to have government contacts to get internet. It's
Now-
slow at that, and even then it's a limited internet, and it's
Check
only
it.
got what they want on it.
60%
Not
of
the
North
internet.
Korea's internet, though, is Netflix.
Wow.
Wow. China is number 41 with 3.8. They're actually below the worldwide average.
And you mean Netflix is all they get?
I don't know what they get exactly, but apparently they
Well,
get 40%
what do you mean by that
of
statistic,
other stuff.
stuff? That's just the
60%
bandwidth
of bandwidth coming out
that
of
they
North Korea
use.
being used is Netflix.
It's probably because it's all they get.
Well, they get 40% of something else.
Well, yeah, the government uses it to catalog, research, and destroy us or something. Who knows?
The rest of it's the government hacking.
Yeah.
That's got to be
It
so
could happen.
weird. Like, basically, they would have to have people know of the outside world to be able to hack the outside world. So how do those people go home
Well,
and act
obviously
like the
they
outside
do.
world
I
doesn't
mean,
exist?
obviously they do. I mean,
It's a little bit more recent data here, folks. Again, from Acme, though. I trust Acme as being pretty reasonable.
Acme? What?
AKAMI, you know, I believe that they can judge.
Oh,
this.
I thought you were saying Acme, like ACME,
No,
like
no, not
Supreme,
like
like the Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner.
Okay, so. Okay. Oh my God, things have changed. Oh, okay. Is the peak?
Especially since Roadrunner.
Singapore has a peak of 108 megabits per second, followed by Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan. Oh God, where are we in this list? Oh, we're bad. United States is 50.4. The UK beats the US, Bulgaria, Luxembourg, Thailand, Hungary, Finland, Russia, Iceland, Belgium, Switzerland, Jersey? Jersey's a country? Jersey's not a country. What?
Jersey's a bad state of mind.
I know. I mean, what the fuck is Jersey?
It's awesome.
Latvia, Macau. Anyway, all these places, Qatar, Romania. Romania is number 6. But those are just
Hey.
peak connection speeds. So I don't know. Peep is a weird term. I don't know. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, that may be like the top.
Post your linking there for that. Oh, you already did.
Yeah, there's
Never mind, never mind.
2 of them there. I don't think I can find anything more recent than that.
Glenn
He
says
says,
Jersey
Glenn
is
says-
a channel island in the UK.
Yeah, it's in the English Channel. It's the largest island.
Oh, okay, good. I learned something. I thought they were talking about our state.
Yeah, it's probably probably the thing before New Jersey.
Yeah, that's where the
Yeah, that is
Yeah, it's
probably
where
the
the
third.
new part of the name.
yeah, no, that's right. There's a York in. Oh, that's right. There's a York in England. We have New York. There's a York in England. Okay, I get it.
That's right, there is. Imagine.
Oh yeah, well New Mexico didn't go that route. They went south for it.
Oh dear. Let's see. What other new do we have?
Zealand?
New.
Where's Old Zealand?
Where's the old? Where's the old
We
Zealand?
actually don't have New
Jersey,
Zealand.
New Hampshire.
And where is the Old Zealand?
Yeah. Anybody out there from?
I don't know.
From
The
the.
Old Zealand
Hey, how
is
about-
New
hey.
Zealand after they redid
Hey.
everything.
Hey, how about Old Foundland? Does anyone know where that is? Old Finland?
Oh, I
Old
think
Foundland. Europe.
but I think Newfoundland is different because Newfoundland is one word.
Yeah, but I mean, it literally came from Newfoundland, so I mean, it was just. It's
Where's
not
where's the old
Old
Guinea?
Foundland.
The Old Foundland was
I think that's Europe.
That was the land they had already found.
Well, it wasn't. Well, did they really find it, or
They
just
had to
find
skip. They had to
themselves
skip up
there?
from Africa.
Somebody had to find
They
it.
had to skip up from
They
Africa,
just found
cross over
themselves
the
there.
Mediterranean, and
Hey,
and they were like, you know,
I have a double one. Who is the Old Guinea and where's the sun? From Papua New Guinea?
Oh God, that was bad.
Oh, Michael, there's a joke I think you would like.
Oh, jeez.
Michael, why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. To get
Speak
to the
up.
other side. To get to the other side.
No, to get to the idiot's house. Knock knock.
Okay. Who's there?
The chicken.
The chicken who?
He didn't even get it.
Oh, I failed it. You're the failer.
He played right into that.
It's a joke.
Such a fail.
You're the idiot. The chicken crossed the road to knock on your door.
As bad as you still didn't get it once we started laughing. I had to make it plain to you.
I can't believe you
okay.
just went with that.
So this is the same chicken we were talking about earlier. So he's already dead. So he can't.
How was the chicken dead?
I said, why
Nowhere
did the
was
chicken
the
cross
chicken
the
said
road?
to be dead.
Let's break this down for Michael to understand it. He has had some comprehension issues today. So, why did the chicken cross the road? You answered, I don't know. I said to get to the idiot's house. So the chicken has successfully crossed the road and has gotten to the idiot's house. Then I say a new joke and I say knock knock. At which point Johnny got the joke when I was telling her the joke. She was like, "Oh, you asshole!" And then you go, "Who's there?" And I say, "The chicken." And then you continue it by going, "The chicken who? The chicken that crossed the road to get to the idiot's house."
Say, I'm the idiot. I'm supposed
Yes.
to say like that.
Oh, come on. In no other world would anybody string two chicken jokes together like that unless there was a point.
Yeah.
That's I just thought you were looking online and had a whole bunch of knock-knock jokes or something, or chicken jokes or whatever.
I think that was actually a meme from the Chive, so Chive on people.
I'm laughing at Zombie too. He says the chicken subscribes to Comcast. Oh dear, what happened to my
This
swim?
is good. Dude, guys, I gotta get something to eat. I might have to bail on you, but keep the fun going as long as you want.
Hey, I have a
All
question.
right. Well, hey, Michael. You were talking earlier. You were looking for an inexpensive UPS with AVR.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm using. It's 685 VA. It's only
Where did you-
68 bucks on Newegg. I just put it in the.
I see it. Yeah.
I have a question. You guys want to decide what we're having for dinner, all right?
Tacos.
Chicken.
No, I'll give you guys the list.
Bacon
Of,
tacos.
Tastes like chicken.
Chicken
I'll
bacon
give you guys
tacos.
the list of options.
Bacon.
Okay. No.
With chicken tacos?
No.
With bacon.
Ah! Meat lasagna, shrimp scampi,
Yes.
or chicken parmesan.
Meat lasagna. Yes.
With bacon.
No bacon.
Bacon.
Unfortunately,
Gotta put the
Parker,
bacon. Actually, if you don't actually do the bacon, a little bacon grease in the
I've got too much equipment,
with
Doctor.
the
I need
cheese grease will help all
Running
the
on it.
flavor.
No
I mean,
bacon.
I know. Yeah, that's right. I'm listening to those guys still typing in the chat, but yeah, I like the price. Certainly $67, but I think from after what Brantley described as far as only having 7 minutes after plugging everything in, and I know he wasn't conservative, plugged everything in, but still, I've got a lot of fairly powerful equipment here, and a lot of hard drives and enough peripherals. And
I'm just going to say,
monitors
dude,
and
your
stuff.
goal is not to survive a power outage for a day. Your
Yeah,
goal is
my-
to
no,
survive.
turn off the
Michael,
computer.
you don't have a lot of powerful equipment. You probably have your computer, your monitor, and your speakers hooked up,
See,
right?
what you want
I was able to
what
run off
I'm
of that
using,
with during
I-
a power outage for an hour and a half.
With that?
I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you, it doesn't matter what you buy if it has AVR, if you plug all your crap into it and it doesn't natively overload that, then you're fine for, generally, you're fine for a minimum of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Even if you've maxed out whatever you're doing with the potential, you're generally fine for a minimum of 5 minutes. And honestly, that's what you need, because you're not trying to do work in the middle of a storm. You're trying to shut down, you save your data and shut down. That's not the point. You have to set your expectations to a certain level for that. And then what you want to do with those extra dollars for the feature that you're going to spend is make sure to get that AVR and get that brownout protection and stuff like that, as opposed to those extended battery run times. That's all I'm pointing out.
And Michael, when I say I
Take
have
the
a lot,
quality and the AVR and the feature over the extended battery runtime any day of the week, 'cause it's not what you want.
when I say I have everything plugged into it, I have a TV,
Oh.
3 monitors, a laptop, a stereo 5.1 receiver, 2 Raspberry Pis, a bit miner, a tablet,
A bit.
and
A bit minor. Jesus Christ. Okay, already forget it. Okay,
a printer.
But you've already got about 10 times more power draw than
And
I
as Glenn said, get LAN surge protection. Mine has it built into the thing, and I'm actually using it, so.
Okay. So here's the thing then, and then again, getting back to Proctor, what you suggested here, I'm not sure, at least I'm not seeing it, if this has LAN surge protection.
It does. It's on the end of it.
Oh, okay. And you sure that low end one is also a AVR? Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It says it in the model number.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was just flipping through them, and like all the others had them in the bulleted list at the top, but I see what you're saying. Okay.
Hey guys, chat guys, since no one gets this in the chat usually, dumb question. I asked Proctor to look at this earlier. I came across this project earlier. It was dErase. I apparently did it a little while ago, and I forgot about it completely. Like, I forgot that I did. Like, I remember doing code to do these things, but I don't remember releasing an app and even writing a GUI or any of that. And it actually looks kind of decent, but it's not on the download server right now. And I asked Proctor to look into it earlier today, and he didn't get too far because it wasn't on the download server, and I had to dig it up from my archives, and I just got to him like not long before the show. But what I'm asking you is, would something like this be useful in one of the other apps, D7X or anything like that? Just plug it in something in a heartbeat. I asked Proctor to look into it because it's not on the website. I'm not 100% certain how how useful it is and everything. So I want to make sure it works right and as intended and everything's nice and perfect. But there's got to be a reason why I don't have. I know I don't have it on the site, but what it was is I couldn't find it on my download server, and that's why I was like, let's check it out first. Let me put some resources on it, but I don't want to really spend time on that if it wouldn't be worth the effort. So if you guys, by the way, think that might be worth the effort to incorporate into D7X or something else, the secure file erase and the stuff like that, let me know, and we'll put some time into it. Otherwise, I will move on. But I just came across that today because I was doing some old web work as I was revisiting the website to add content for the new release this weekend. So of course Proctor is going to look at it anyway, but let me know, guys, if you think it's
I left it erasing a drive. I'll try to recover the data when it's done.
Yeah, that's what he's testing, so we're going to check that out. But It seems I did pretty good. Apparently, I wrote the app, I made features for it, and I had to read about them. I was like, yeah, I think it does something. And Proctor's like, yeah, I read the behavior section on the web page, and it does such and such. And I was like, really? You know, and I had to go back and read it myself, and I was like, really? That's a good idea. You know, so
It does look pretty.
it may be worth it. Maybe worth something, I don't know, but if it's not worth any time, it's not worth any time. I don't know why I did that. Everything, it's pretty much everything I've done, I've done for a reason because I needed to do it. I just don't remember that.
Michael just up and left. He's got to go to his parties on Friday nights.
Yeah, he does those wild and crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
So we're an hour and a half. We're over the show. We had a lot of good laughs.
Yep.
I think it's about time to wrap her up.
Let's do it. Thanks everyone for watching. Always remember to join us in the IRC chat so you can have the same laughs with us. FoolishTechShow.com or FoolishIT.com/live. And otherwise, we will be back Monday morning, 8 a.m. So have a great weekend, and we will see y'all then. And later's internets.
Goodbye, Internet.